Hello and welcome to this full body yoga class. Today we'll take some time to move and work on our balance and strength. When you're ready, we'll meet together in child's pose. Bring the big toes together to touch, the knees wide. Sit the hips down onto the heels and walk the hands forward, lowering your head and chest towards the floor. Take a moment to settle in here. Bring your attention to your breath. Feel it filling up the lungs on the inhale, and the lungs empty completely on the exhale. Breathe in and out through your nose. And let go of the day you've had so far. Let go of any to-do lists. All you need to focus on is your body, your movement, and your breath. And on your next inhale, look up between your hands and lift yourself up to a kneeling position, hands and knees. Wrists are under shoulders, knees under hips, and fingertips are spread wide. And start to circle your hips in one direction, sitting back and rocking the hips forward as you circle nice and slowly. We're warming up the hips and the wrists here. And don't forget to circle in the other direction. And bring it back to center, shoulders over wrists. Step the left foot out to the side, bringing the foot in line with the right knee. Sole of the foot is flat on the floor and the toes are pointing forward. And then when you find your position, lift the left hand up into the air, reaching those left fingertips up high, and take big circles with that left arm, rolling out the shoulder. Maybe lining the movement up with your breath, inhaling as you reach the arm up over the head, and exhaling as you circle the arm back. Make the circle in the opposite direction now. Keeping the movement nice and slow, moving with your breath. Next time your arm is up in the air, keep it there and maybe roll around that left wrist a couple of times in one direction and in the opposite direction. Keep the left leg where it is. Bring the left hand to the floor under the left shoulder, and then sweep the left leg back behind you, keeping the toes on the ground to start. And then lift your left leg up, bringing it in line with your hips. So we're not trying to lift that leg up as high as we can, but rather we're finding a nice long line all the way from the top of the head to the back of the heel. Toes are pointing down towards the mat. On your next exhale, bend the left knee to draw it in towards the chest, round the back, bringing nose towards knee. Inhale to reach the leg away. And on the next exhale, cross left leg over right, gently touching the left toes down on the mat, on the back right corner of the mat, and turn the head to look at the left toes. Bring the head back to center, left leg lifts up and reaches back. And exhale, draw it in, nose towards knee. Inhale to reach that leg back. And exhale, cross your left leg over your right, touch the toes, look at those left toes. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, reach your left leg back. And exhale, cross it over, toes touch down. Turn the head and shoulders to look at the toes. Inhale to bring it back to center. And exhale to bring that left knee to the floor, tabletop position. Keep the hips over the knees, walk the hands forward to come into puppy pose. And once you've reached those hands as far forward as you can, lower the head and chest towards the floor. Maybe the forehead is hovering above the mat, maybe it touches down. Let the front of the body relax here into the stretch. And notice what you feel in the shoulders in this pose also. Breathing deeply here in your puppy pose. Lift your head up to look between your hands and walk both hands back in, coming back into tabletop with the fingers spread wide. And now sweep your right leg out to the side, sole of the foot on the floor, toes are pointing forward. And lift your right hand up into the air, really reaching those fingertips up. And take your big arm circles on this side. And just like last time, you might line the movement up with your breath. Inhaling as you reach the arm forward. And exhaling as you roll it back. And switch the direction of the circle, rolling out the shoulder in all the ways that it's designed to move. And now bring that right hand to the sky, roll around your right wrist. And roll it in the opposite direction when you're ready. And bring the right hand to the floor next to your left hand. Sweep your right leg back behind you, keeping the toes on the floor to start. And then lifting that right foot up, reach the right heel back and reach the top of the head forward, finding that nice long line from top of the head to your right heel. And on your next exhale, draw the right knee into the chest, round the back, nose to knee. And inhale to reach it back. And exhale, cross right over left, touch the toes down, look over your left shoulder. Inhale to come back to center, leg reaches back. And exhale, nose to knee, round the back. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, cross the legs, look back. One more round. Inhale, reach the leg back. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale to reach it back. And exhale, touch your right toes down. Look over your left shoulder. And now bring it back to center. Right leg comes to the floor next to the left. And from here, we're going to walk the hands forward a couple of inches. Tuck your toes and lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. And you might like to walk out the feet here, gently stretching through the ankles, through the calves, and into the hamstrings. Look up between your hands and walk your feet slowly forward between your hands, coming into forward fold. Bend the knees, let the belly rest on the thighs. Back of the body is relaxed, back of the neck is relaxed. And on your next inhale, bend the knees a little more, push into the feet to rise up, circle the arms overhead, maybe look up. And exhale, arms come down by your side for mountain pose, Tadasana. Close your eyes here for a moment in your mountain pose. Feet under your hips, shoulders stacked over the hips, and head stacked over the shoulders. Arms rest down by your sides, and let the sides of the neck relax to drop the shoulders away from the ears. Take a moment to notice the balance in your feet. Are you leaning a little more forward or back? Is there more weight in one foot or the other? And are your toes relaxed, or are they clenching into the floor? And if they are, maybe lift all 10 toes up off the mat and slowly lower them down so they're spread wide on the floor. And on your next inhale, open your eyes, sweep your arms up overhead, hold on to the left wrist with the right hand, pull that left wrist up high, and on your exhale, lean to the right, drawing that left wrist over to the right, maybe bumping your hips slightly to the left. Keep a soft bend in your knees here so you're not locking out the knees. One big breath in and out. Inhale, bring it back to center, release the wrist, hold on to the right wrist with the left hand, pull that right wrist up, and exhale to lean to the left, bumping the hips to the right, finding a side bend all along the right side of the rib cage. And then inhale, bring it back to center, arms overhead, and exhale the arms down by your sides. From the top of the mat, in mountain pose, inhale to circle the arms up overhead, and exhale, bend the knees to fold down over your legs, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the legs, coming into a half lift. The back is flat and the legs are coming towards straight here. And you might squeeze the armpits back to encourage that back to flatten out. And exhale, bend the knees to fold. Bend the knees so you can bring your fingertips to the floor. Step the right leg back, toes tucked, and step the left leg back for a plank pose here. Wrists are under shoulders, fingers are spread wide. An option to lower the knees if you'd like a more supported variation today, or keep them lifted. And again, find that nice long line all the way from the top of your head to the back of your heels if you have your knees lifted. But if you have your knees lowered, finding a nice long line from top of the head to your hips. So the hips aren't too high and they're not too low. And on the next exhale, we're all going to lower our knees down. Keep the elbows tucked in as you bend them to slowly, slowly lower yourself to the floor onto your belly. Untuck the toes and bring the feet, a little bit wider than hips width. Keep the hands by the ribs, forehead to the floor. And on your next inhale, using the strength of your back, draw the elbows together and lift your head and chest up off the mat. Keep the gaze down, keep the neck in line with the spine. And as you exhale, slowly lower your head back to the floor. We'll take that cobra 2 more times. Inhale, elbows together to lift the head and chest up. And exhale, lower your head to the floor, nice and slow. Last time, inhale to lift your head up and exhale to lower it down. Hands stay by the ribs. Push into your hands to bring yourself up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. And take a moment to pause here in the down dog, keeping the knees bent if you need to help you lift your back. Lift your hips up towards the back corner of the room. Look up between your hands and listen up here. Walk your hands back towards your feet. pushing into the hands, bringing yourself into a forward fold at the back of your mat. And on your next inhale, push into the feet to circle your arms overhead, reaching the hands up. And exhale, hands to the chest and hands to the hips. Look down at your feet, make sure that they're hips width distance and the toes are pointing forward. And from here, sit your hips down and back for chair pose. You can keep your hands on your hips or you can sweep them up overhead. Finding a nice neutral curve in your spine, not overarching or over tucking the pelvis. And keeping your hips low, bring your right forearm over your legs and sweep your left arm back and up, twisting to the left in your chair pose. The right knee might bend a little more so that the lower back moves with the twist, and that's okay. Breathing here, maybe looking back at that left hand. And on your next inhale, sweep the left hand forward, come back to center. Right hand and left hand together comes overhead and push into your legs to stand up tall. And sweep your hands back down to your hips. Bring your weight into your left foot. Start to lift the left heel up off the mat. Maybe lifting the left knee up. Finding a balance here. Finding a fixed point to gaze at can help with your balance. Option to bring the hands together at the chest. And now step your left foot forward halfway up the mat, gently bringing it to the floor. And maybe start to lean forward, keeping a soft bend in that left knee. Right toes might stay on the mat here, or they might start to float up. Maybe coming in line with your hips, shoulders, hips, and right heel are in line, reaching that right heel back for warrior three. Finding that balance on the left leg, coming back to your breath. And from here, soften the left leg a little more, left knee, to start to bring your right leg forward, bending the knee, coming into that same balance on the other side with the right knee lifted, shoulders over hips. Cross your right leg over your left, bring the right foot to the floor, pinky toes are coming towards each other. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. And on the next inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Right hand holds onto left wrist. Pull that left wrist up and lean to the right with the legs crossed. And if the balance is feeling a little challenging here, squeeze those legs together. And breathe. On your next inhale, come back to center, arms overhead. Left hand holds onto right wrist. Inhale to pull that wrist up and exhale, lean to your left, bumping the hips a little to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Hands release, back down by your sides. Legs uncross, mountain pose. And close your eyes here in your mountain pose, taking a moment to come back to your breath, noticing how you feel. Does one side of the body feel different than the other after moving through that sequence on one side? On your next inhale, open your eyes and sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up your legs, flat back, straight legs. And exhale to fold. Bring your hands forward onto the mat, fingers spread wide, and step your legs back into downward facing dog. Hips are lifted high, knees are slightly bent. And from here, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet again, moving nice and slow. Forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, push into the feet to circle the arms up overhead, coming to stand. And exhale the arms down by the sides. Hands onto your hips. We're here again. Sit the hips down and back for chair pose, bending the knees. Option to sweep the arms up overhead. Toes are pointing forward. Weight is even between the front of the foot and the back of the foot. And maybe see if you can sit the hips a little lower this time. Now rest the left forearm across the legs and sweep the right hand back and up, twisting to the right, maybe turning the head to look back at that right thumb. From here, sweep your right hand forward, left hand and right hand together, reach overhead, push into the feet, rising back up, arms by your side, mountain pose, Tadasana. Hands come back onto the hips, bring your weight into your left foot, lift that right heel up off the mat, maybe right knee lifts up. Keep a soft bend in your left knee, not locking out the knee. An option to bring your palms together at your chest. Take a moment to breathe, find your balance, find your breath. And now straighten out that right leg to step forward halfway on your mat. Bend the right knee, bringing the hips over the knee, shoulders leaning forward. Toe tips of the left foot could stay on the mat or float up into warrior three. Flex the left foot, keep the left toes pointing down towards the mat and reach that left heel as far back as you can. And now soften the right knee a little more. Bring that left foot forward, coming back upright into a standing balance on the right side with the left knee lifted. Taking a moment to find your balance here. That right ankle might be starting to burn a little. And then cross left foot over right. Pinky toes coming together to touch. And from here, sweep the arms up overhead. Hold on to right wrist with your left hand. Pull that right wrist up high and exhale to lean to the left with the legs crossed. So we're bending through the right hand side of the body and we have a little balance challenge here with these legs crossed. Inhale to come back to center, arms overhead, right hand to left wrist. Pull that left wrist up and exhale to lean to the right, stretching through the left rib cage this time. And then bring it back to center. Hands down by your sides, legs uncross, mountain pose. Taking a moment for stillness here again, maybe closing down the eyes. Unclench the jaw, shoulders relax. And on your next inhale, softly sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. We're going to come down onto our hands and knees, nice and slow. And then swing the legs forward and come to lying down on your back. Take your time to get there. There's absolutely no rush. And when you're there, Walk the feet out all the way to the edge of the mat and rest the knees together. Chin is slightly tucked in towards the chest, so it's not jutting up towards the sky. And take a moment here to let your body relax. After all that hard work, moving through those balancing poses. Keep the feet wide. Slowly lower both knees to the left. Maybe turning the head to the right to look over the right shoulder if that's comfortable. As you inhale, slowly bring your knees back to center and lower them to the right. Head turns left. Keep this movement going now. Inhaling as you bring the knees and head back to center. And exhaling, lower the knees to the left, head to the right. Slowly and gently rocking your knees from side to side, like windscreen wipers in a car. Gently moving into the hips and the lower back here. Releasing any tension after those series of standing poses, after all your hard work. And next time you come back to center, slowly draw the knees in towards the chest, wrap your hands around your knees, and gently rock your knees from side to side, massaging out the lower back. And on your next exhale, bring your legs to the floor, resting them down. Feet are wider than your hips. Let your legs relax and your feet flop out to the side. Arms rest down by your side for Shavasana. Allow yourself to come to stillness here. Completely letting go of any tension or awareness. Invite every muscle in your body to relax. And we'll stay here in Shavasana for the last few minutes of class. And when it's time for the video to end, I'll guide you back out of the pose. Start to bring your awareness back into your body and into the space around you. Deepen your breath. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Take a big stretch all the way from fingers to toes. And as you exhale, let it go. Bend one knee and the other. Draw both knees in towards your chest, wrapping your hands around your knees. Finding any movement here that feels good to reawaken the body. And when you're ready, slowly roll onto one side and push yourself up to a seated position. And keep your eyes closed here in your seat for a moment. Notice how you feel now after taking this time to move and to breathe. And send a little gratitude to yourself for carving out this time for yourself to practice a little self-care. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you'd like to see more like this, let me know in the comments down below this video. Maybe leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you again at the next one. Goodbye.